Hi everyone, my name is Casey from Curly's Floor Center in California. Many of customers they have a question about hardwood. They don't know the basic of hardwood floor. How does it come? How does it sell? These are all questions being asked by customer. Like as an example, can you install solid hardwood over concrete? Which in this case I can answer some of those questions or explain about it. Generally speaking, the basic rule of hardwood comes in two major categories. One category is solid hardwood, which is made of top to bottom a piece of hardwood, and then it's been finished with a polyurethane finish or aluminum oxide, and then engineer floor, which is made of a top layer of hardwood. As you see in this section, you see a top layer of hardwood mounted to different surfaces, which is might be birch plywood or might be underlayment, which is installed cross ply and several layer, and they use a different underlayment for stability of hardwood. The reason they make engineer is because you cannot put a solid hardwood over concrete or places that it has more humidity and more moisture, or environmentally it might have causes buckling or cupping. Therefore they make the engineer and they mount those top layer on the basis of a plywood, which is more stable, and you can see that it can be installed over concrete with the glue or floating. As you see in this board, it shows how to lay the glue. This board is by educational or training board by Mirage Hardwood Floor, because I'm using to show you both pre-finished solid and engineer hardwood. It comes in a different width. As an example here, in this case is 2/9/16, this is 3/9/16, and this is 5 inch. These are the width of the board, and it comes also in a different different thickness. Some of them is a 3/8 of inch, some of them is 1/4 of inch, some is let's say 9/16, or in some cases a 3/4. Solid hardwood also, which is nailed down. The only way to do solid installation, you need to nail it to the plywood. Some people they ask, okay, some companies or some manufacturing, they are offering some glue to install solid over concrete, but it's completely wrong. Those are it's a bunch of people that the factory wants to sell the glue, or the company wants to sell the hardwood, but in what I'm saying is completely wrong. But that might not be a good statement, but I believe my opinion is 60% is a failure, 40% it might work, and you don't want to be on that 60% that is not going to work, because wood and concrete and moisture does not go along. In this case, it's been tongue and groove. It shows you the hardwood has been installed through the TNG, and hidden nail is gone with a nail gun. Nail goes through this section, this hidden tongue, on a certain distance, and it goes to the plywood and install. Of course, you need to put moisture barrier paper, or let's say in most cases 15-pound asphalt paper over the plywood before you nail the hardwood down. Solid hardwood also comes in different width. For example, 2-inch, 2 1/4, 2.5, 3-inch, and 5-inch, and in some other cases 6, 7, 8. Then we are coming to the engineer, an engineer or solid and finished, this is a different category of hardwood floor, which end finish is a raw wood, no matter is solid which is like this board, is a rough hardwood area, or it might be engineered also, which is, these are unfinished hardwood floor. One, both is a solid structure, one is engineered structure. Most of the engineered and finish is pre-sanded, which is already, since you cannot do a complete sand and refinishing, what you do, the factory is made it possible to do a pre-sanding floor, which is in a good shape. You glue it down, you install it, then you go your final coat, or you screen it, or you do a little bit of more sanding with a fine paper and put your finish on it. And finished hardwood floor, the cost of the hardwood is cheap, or lower cost, if you, in the other words, lower cost. But the installation cost is costly more, and also it takes quite a bit of time. The amount that you can finish a pre-finished hardwood floor, let's say in a room that you can do, or a house that you can do in 3 or 4 days, in unfinished probably you're looking around 3 weeks. And it causes lots of dust and lots of also inconvenience for customer. Both unfinished wood also, it comes in a different width. In this case that I'm showing you, this is a 3-inch width, this is a 4-inch width, which it goes tongue and groove. And then this is a 5-inch board. And in all these 3 width, you can also install single width, or you can go combination random width, like as in this case is 3, 3, 5, 7, or let's say 3, 4, 6. And the raw wood, solid wood is again is in, and finished solid wood is going to install over a wood subfloor, which it needs to be nailed down. Then you have to let the floor, first of all you have to leave the hardwood in the house for 1 week at least for acclimation. Then you have to install the floor and leave it for a week to 2 weeks for settling. Then starting refinishing, which takes, you know, it's depend on how large is the area. As an example, for 1,000 square feet, it's going to take almost 3 to 5 days to sand, stain, refinish, or to sand and finish. Both pre-finish and finish, solid or engineered, in all categories, it comes in lots of different species. For example, this species is oak, as you see. This is unfinished oak. This is unfinished walnut, which is engineered and finished walnut. And let's say this one is unfinished hickory, which is then you see again any other unfinished walnut. Then you see maple, which is more clear look, or red oak and finish, and cherry and finish. Then in pre-finish also you can get a variety of the species and color also, which is in this case this is a white oak. This is again is a white oak. This one is white oak stain. This one is cherry. Again, red oak engineered. Santos mahogany engineered pre-finished. Hickory and maple also. There's other species of hardwood that you can see in both pre-finished and finished. Mostly what you need to look generally about the price of hardwood, you need to in price of hardwood, there's a lots of different variation in price, which we are gonna let you know in a different session. And thank you for watching this. I hope you have a good luck with your hardwood project.